Hello children, today I'm going to tell you a true story. Are you sitting comfortably? Then I'll begin. The story is called The Credit Crunch. Many years ago, a long time before the condom burst and Mummy said, "Bugger, now I'm up the duff," lived a wicked witch called Thatcher. The wicked witch had a friend, a cowboy called Ronnie, who lived in a faraway land called America. Ronnie was not very bright. In fact, he was the most stupid man in America. The people of America had a tradition, or an old charter or something, that said every 4 years they should find the most stupid man in America and call him president. One day, the wicked witch Thatcher went on a big aeroplane to visit her friend Ronnie. She said to him, "The people of my country are not getting rich enough. Something must be done." "Okay, partner," said Ronnie. The people Thatcher were talking about weren't ordinary people like Mummy and Daddy, but men who wore bowler hats and stripy suits, or chaps in red braces that lived in Essex. So Thatcher and Ronnie changed all the laws so that their friends in bowler hats or red braces could make loads of money. Now, I know you're only 4, but you will understand what Thatcher's friends did. Concentrate now. Mr. Bod had a bank, and he lent loads of money to Pew, Barney McGrew, Cuthbert, Dibble and Grubb. Pew, Barney McGrew, Cuthbert, Dibble and Grubb then lent money to people like Mummy and Daddy, who were known as the Great Unwashed, so that they could waste it on things like somewhere to live, food, coal, and the occasional lollipop. Pew and his mates charged Mummy and Daddy lots of interest for borrowing their money, and got richer and richer. This went on for years, but one day Mr. Bod, who owned the bank and had had a row with the wife the previous night, said, "Sod this for a game of soldiers. The Great Unwashed are getting above their station. They're not getting any more of my money." "Damn," said Pew. "Blast," said the other Pew. Barney McGrew kicked the cat, Cuthbert kicked the wife, Dibble burst into tears, and Grubb, he cancelled the order for his new jet. The world came to a stop. It was in all the newspapers. "Credit crunch," said the Times and Telegraph. "Crunch credit," said the Guardian. And the Sun said, "See Tracy's lovely pair on page 3. For many days the whole world didn't know what to do. Even the Eskimos in Iceland were worried they may have to sell their igloos. Then a saviour appeared. His name was Brown. He's the man your daddy calls the Scotch Git. What the Scotch Git did, along with the world's biggest idiot, a man called Bush, who was President of America, was to take all the ordinary people's money and give it to Pew, Barney McGrew, Cuthbert, Dibble and Grubb, so they could lend it back to the ordinary people and charge lots of interest. Problem solved. Except there may be what is called a recession. As you're only 4, this is nothing to worry about. What will happen is this. Daddy will lose his job and be so fed up that he spends all his time in the pub, and after a few weeks will run off with the barmaid of the Dog and Duck. Mummy will go on the game to try and pay the mortgage, and because of this, a lady with very short hair, who comes from Lesbia and is called a social worker, will take you away and put you in a home. In this home you will learn lots of interesting things, like taking drugs, stealing cars, or even conning people out of their money, just like the men in bowler hats and red braces. Won't that be fun? When you're old enough to leave the home, you'll be so good at all these things that you could become a top criminal and spend most of your life in prison. Or you could end up with loads of money, like Pew, Pew, Barney McGrew, Cuthbert, Dibble and Grub.